Ana Olive, Pop Rock Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Rock Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hits från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Rock Radio med Jamie Roxx.
I'm your host, pop art painter Jamie Roxx, and this is the big show. You found it. I sure am glad you did. I'm very excited tonight. We have a fantastic band on, returning band. I was just telling Darren, the lead singer of this band, before we came on camera a couple minutes ago, that I was thinking to myself, because I'm like, somebody's hero. I think we've had them on the show. And I was thinking more about it, and I'm like, what was that, last month or something? No, it's been 6 months or something, if not longer.
Like 50 shows ago?
50 shows ago. Jeez,
well,
Louise. Well, yeah, I'm glad you guys are. And we were also talking, I was looking at your guys' website. Oh, anyway, before we get into all this, everybody, the name of the band is Somebody's Hero. This is a fantastic band. They're from the Melbourne area of Florida. For those who don't know, that's on the Atlantic side. What do you guys think? It's not quite half, I guess maybe it is, right? Halfway up the peninsula?
Basically.
The Space Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Space Coast. That's where they launch the rockets and stuff.
Every night
The windows shake.
Really? I didn't know it was every night. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice.
Every other night.
How cool. Wow. There was a time when I was knee-high to a tall Indian, and I would have given my eye teeth to live there. Just sit outside and watch that show.
Knee-high to a tall Indian?
Yeah. And that's pretty much my height now. I'm pretty short. Yeah, my wife. It's funny. I'm 5'6", and she is 6'1". That is quite the. Oh, yeah. I have to edit it out. That is. Gee, dude, can't believe it. See, what did I say? I said we got to worry about me. That's what we got to worry about. Oh,
man. Broke your own rule.
Bobo looked right at his phone for the timer.
It's not. I know. He's on it. He's the tech guy. He's the tech. He knows all this. Bobo is going to be the one when they change something, when they do an update and something is off, I'm going to be calling him. No, I won't, Bobo, because my phone is through the computer. And if the computer ain't working, I ain't calling anybody.
Yep.
Bobo, you would love this.
Sentient.
So we got a new roof a couple months ago. And the guys came out, took a week. I don't even know if it took that long, but they pulled the old one up, put the new one on. And so I'm walking around on the back of the house, and I see this wire hanging. And our house was built like 1958. And I'm like, man, let's get rid of this wire. So I just take my box cutters and I'm cut it at both ends. And because it was hanging down. Then my internet wasn't working. I couldn't get on streaming. I couldn't check my email. I'm like, dang. So my wife gets home and I said, the internet's out. Been out all day. I've been watching Antenna TV all day, Gunsmoke. I've been watching 1950s Westerns because there's nothing else to watch on the Antenna TV. And she goes, well, let me call him. So she gets out her cell phone. She calls him. And they're like, they do the over the phone tests like they do. And they're like, it's almost, there's something blocking the signal at your end. And she goes, they're like, have you made any renovations or anything? She goes, we got a new roof. Let me ask my husband. So she asked me. And it all comes flooding back, me cutting those wires.
You admitted it.
Yeah, because they're saying they come out, it's $200 extra. And I'm like, God dang. I'm like, hang up. Yeah, wow, that's just an expensive idiocy. She gets off the phone with them. She goes, by this time it's starting to get dark. So now I'm in the dark outside in the back with a flashlight. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'll edit that one out too. I'm in the dark out there, up on a ladder.
You're good.
Yeah. Oh, I probably did. I don't know. But so I'm out there. But let me tell you, Bobo, it wasn't a regular wire. I start looking at it, and there's 47 little teeny tiny wires inside that I have to splice back. They're all color coded with stripes and dots and dashes and stuff. But I'm out there black electrical taping these together twice because it's on each end. But I got to tell you, our internet's working real nice right now, isn't it? That has not been fixed by a professional yet. This is still.
Don't cut that wire no more.
Save that $200. No, I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you. And my wife, because I knew she was going to come out at any second and start getting on me about it. To her credit, he is so mad. I'm just going to leave him out back by himself. I'm not going to hold the light or anything.
Did she leave the door unlocked?
Let's stay away. And that was smart.
Did she lock the door?
So, yeah, she did. If we would have had to pay the people $200 to come out, the door would have been locked. That's when she would have lost it. My discomfort, no, it didn't matter. Anyhow, I don't know why I told you that. That's the kind of tech guy I am. Bobo never.
He just wouldn't tell nobody about it.
He knows better than that.
I like to live dangerously. Right.
Not the entire world. Now, Darren, with your past work and whatnot, you got to cut wires. See, you're smart.
Doesn't mean that I haven't done it.
I am not. I am not. Anyway, let's start from let's start. Guys, I would like everybody to welcome Somebody's Hero. This is such a good band. I was just looking at your guys' website and watching the videos. We're going to play a couple videos tonight, too. Fantastic work. And you guys seem busy.
We appreciate it,
singles and
having fun, buddy.
And all kinds of things. Yeah, that's exciting. Younger bands take note of this. You keep at it. And they're doing all this and all the other stuff in their lives at the same time. You got to work, people, if you want things to happen. I think there's a myth that things will just magically happen. Maybe it does to other people. It doesn't to me. If I want shit done, I got to do it. That's how it goes. And you guys seem like that too, just keeping your nose to the grindstone and whatnot. And it pays off. You get out what you put in. Very cool. Let me ask you guys, with new singles and everything, it's interesting because you guys have really cool videos and stuff. They're edited fantastic, and your lyric videos are top notch. Does that go into when the song is finished, when you're like, okay, we're going to release this track? Does the video starts, the work on the video, or does that happen while everything else is going on?
There's no rhyme or rhythm to anything we do. But it's chaos brings the magic.
Yeah. And you got to have them. I'm a video guy. We don't have a party at our house and there's not music videos on. It's great background. I like putting those together because for two reasons. It's great visuals. And number two, invariably at a get together, we will have somebody fancies themselves a DJ and they'll want to play horrible stuff. And so if the videos are on, I hide the remotes and there's no choice. You know what I mean? That's not an option anymore. Got to control the crowd. Yeah, because I don't want to pretend DJ if they're drinking my booze. That ain't no good. Anyhow. How long? You guys were on before. We were talking a little bit about songwriting, and I get that it takes different times and amounts of time from conception to finishing. The videos, how long do the videos take? Is that a pretty timely process? Are you looking at a couple months, or is it quicker than that?
No, we the last video, the one we just put out to Bull in a China Shop, we did that in a week.
Yep.
Like literally, we shot it on a Sunday, and I edited that thing during the week, and then released it on the following Sunday. I was gonna say, speaking of the videos, what's funny is when we first started, we had some songs recorded, and we were like, on a whim, we decided let's do a video to one of our songs, and let's just put it out there for people, and it was just for fun. And that is actually what ended up getting us seen by Curtain Call. They saw the video. And then the funny thing is, and that video was to Walk Away, which was like our first single we released through Curtain Call. And then it's forever we did not do any actual music videos. We just did some like live videos and lyric videos. So we were itching to do a video again. So we decided to do Bull in a China Shop since we just released that. And so, like I said, we busted that out. But we're on a video kick right now. Like, we're trying to make up for lost time because we really put out a lot of music videos over the last year or two. We decided to take a break from playing gigs for a short period, maybe a couple months, and we're going to try to bust out as many videos as we can.
Then you have them.
Time. So we've already started on the next one, and we're actually going backwards. So we're going to be making videos to songs that we've already released previously, like Broken Doll and Luck Runs Out, so we can get caught up, and then probably just keep making them from there as we release more songs. We actually have another single we're about to release here real soon. So there's another video.
That's fantastic. And for those at home listening or watching or whatever, however you're doing it,
it's fun.
Say again? No, yeah. Oh, cool. They're fun to watch. I love them. For those at home or listening or watching or whatever you're doing, watching this on your phone, I don't think we mentioned it. Rob Bobo, he's the guy who he oversees the video. Well, everybody's probably got their input and whatnot, I would imagine. But my point being, it's in-house. And that is so smart because I know so many bands or singers or whatever, they don't know how to do any of that. And they write checks. They pay people to do it. And it's not exactly what they wanted or this or that, or they had to go with the cheaper one because of the cost. I think it's cool that you guys keep that in-house. That is smart.
Yeah. First of all, let me preface this by saying no offense whatsoever to the people
that do it for a living.
Do video for bands for a living. But the bottom line for us is it's extremely expensive to hire those people to do those videos. And we're broke, so we do it ourselves. But the thing is, we like doing it ourselves. We have a blast doing it. And at the end of the day, I suppose you could knock the production on some things, but isn't it just entertainment? You know what I mean? If someone enjoys watching it,
as I understand it too, the singles out there, it gets exposure. It gets people to the live shows, and the people at the live shows are then buying merch. You know what I mean? So there's lots of plates spinning in the air, but it behooves a band to have a cool video, I think. It's important. What are those? Parmesan garlic? You got the fancy pretzels, didn't you? But before we came on camera, he was just telling me about the big church job he had. So I can tell because he's got the fancy He doesn't have that $1.50 bag.
You get these. I'm
thinking he's probably got the munchies.
Yeah.
Darren,
I gotta get the munchies.
Just a little bit.
I gotta grab a water.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying here sponsorship with Gatorade.
Oh yeah.
Lightning Blast. I like to party.
I'm telling you, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Many years ago, I dated this gal who was a nurse. Her and her roommate, they were both nurses. And I don't know, I slept over one night or something. I come out and they both got IVs hooked up to themselves. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we need electrolytes bad. We got to go to work. We got to recharge our batteries. I said, I didn't know you could do that. And they're like, yeah, we know how to do it. I wouldn't suggest you trying it, Jamie. No. We hook up a can of Coke or something, and that ain't good.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Snickers, what are you doing, buddy? Right now, buddy.
No.
Mine's sitting here at the back door.
Surrounded by dogs.
Mine's staring at the door going, please let me out. And I'm like, nope.
For the moment.
There's 4 acres out there she can run around in. You're all right, buddy.
Now you gotta wait.
Spoiled little bastard.
Gotta wait. It is weird. We've had a lot of wildlife in our place lately. Had the dog outside, and we're sitting there. It was an early morning, and there was like I don't think it was a baby. I think it was probably a teenage possum just walking by through the yard, looked at us, gave us that cool guy nod, and then
how did you determine it was a teenager?
Because of the size, because normally they're about, I don't know, like the size of a cat. This was about half that. You know.
Shit.
Even the dog didn't growl or leap at it or anything. She just was like, what the heck is this? Yeah,
Baggy pants.
that's right. He needed to pull those pants up. I lived in the 80s. I wore parachute pants. So I'm not bitching at any kids, but I'm old. I don't understand it. I wouldn't wear my pants that way. I can't imagine, but maybe there is. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe that some little hot gal goes, that guy's pants, those baggy pants is just really what did it for me. There could be hundreds of thousands of girls out there like that. And now I could understand, now that I think about it, because this is how I started smoking. There was this really cute girl in this was junior high. I think I was about 12 or maybe 13. And I overheard her talking to my sister one day about how she thought guys who smoked were just the coolest, just looked real cool. And so I went out and bought a pack of Marlboros, of course, and just smoking them one after the other. And no, I wasn't coughing because I didn't know you were supposed to inhale. I was just.
Oh, you're supposed to light it.
Because I didn't know. Nobody told me. I was just trying to look good for this girl, Mary. Didn't work. But yeah.
I was so close.
Now here we are. Not quite 50 years later, but a good 40. And I'm vaping. Because that's a whole nother story. I picked that up about, 10 years ago now. I was supposed to vape for 2 or 3 weeks. This is the plan. And then I'm going to get over the cigarettes and then just weed myself off the vape. 10 years later, hadn't been any weaning off. I traded one habit for another.
Yeah, that sounds like a trade-off.
The vaping is a little cheaper, I think. I don't know. I haven't bought any cigarettes in 10 years. But I see the signs at the gas station when I'm going to Wawa. Darren does. You want $10 for a pack of cigarettes? Are you insane?
Let me turn this porch light on. Up here.
New York City prices. I can't handle that.
Where's it at?
New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Are you letting her out?
Hold on, Darren. In case anybody's wondering why he's talking to someone named Snickers,
she's got
his dog.
And he's on the back porch. Snickers got her way.
And
I got 4.5 acres, so there's lots of things that can happen to a little 7-pound dog.
It's your call.
Yeah. Yep. Big raccoon, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of.
There could be teenage possums out there, dude. You better, get the light on.
My father-in-law just told me in our neighborhood, and it's an upper middle class neighborhood. It's on the coast. And he's like, there was reports of coyotes in the neighborhood the other day. I'm like, coyotes? Where the hell are we at? What is this, Yellowstone? Come on, man. I can't believe it. And then the next day I saw the possum. I'm like, geez, Louise.
Can you guys see me?
Living at Yellowstone.
Man, it's like Wild Kingdom out there.
We can see you. Looks like you're going to tell us a spook story.
You look like the leprechaun.
So that's fantastic. So you guys are you're going back and redoing videos for some of these tracks and whatnot. That's got to be interesting.
Yeah, they never got a video, and that was our plan, was to put a video out with every song. Which is another thing, doing it yourself on a lower budget, you can do that. If you were paying professionals and paying thousands, probably would not be doing one to every song.
Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you've got the money to do it, but even then, because the money you're going to spend doing one video, you could probably do, 5 on your own
Oh, man. I shouldn't admit this, okay? But that video we shot, the Bull Shop, that cost us $0. Very good friend of ours who we rent a rehearsal space from allowed us to use the space to shoot the video. I brought all my equipment. We shot it that day. And then it didn't cost us any money. It cost me my time to sit there and edit it all week. But I love it. I got you.
Should we play it?
That way
We've got 3 to play tonight. We've got Luck Runs Out, Broken Doll, and Bull in the China Shop. The Bull in the China Shop's the latest one. How do you guys want us to play it? Do you want to play it? We can play one now. Which one do you want us to play?
Let's do Bull in a China Shop, since that's
Absolutely.
the latest single we just released. And,
everybody, this is Somebody's Hero, Bull in a China Shop. Check this out. And we're back, folks. And we're back. That was Bull in the China Shop, brand new. You guys wrote this, what, a week ago? I think it's like like a week or something, right? It was quick.
Oh yeah, it was last Sunday, wasn't it?
Couple weeks.
Yeah,
okay. Very cool. See, you guys are good at this social media stuff. And speaking of which, folks, we have links to everything Somebody's Hero down in the description box here. Clickable links. Click on them. You can share them. Do all that. And I tell everybody, too, when you find an indie or a cool band that you dig or whatnot, not only should you share the links, let other people know, because all your friends, if you find something cool, they're all going to think it's cool, too. That's why you're friends with them. Common interest. But in addition, add them to your, especially younger folks. I don't know. It's so weird, all this. I'm such an old man. But I know everybody young that I know has playlists. Add these bands to the playlist. Get them in that algorithm and stuff. And
You know what? Even if you don't listen,
Yeah,
to
even if
us,
you don't listen to it.
skip, add us to your playlist.
I suggest
add,
you
add
listen to it.
everybody. You're doing bands a huge favor when you do that.
I like it.
Even if you're like, I don't really like it.
They worked hard on it. And it's good. And every track you guys do. I know you guys aren't going to release something that isn't good, obviously, you know what I mean? But I've never heard one that I'm like, oh, that's just horrendous. I can't say that about other bands. I can't say that about other big bands. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What did I hear the other day? I was listening to, it was one of those shows where it was like deep cuts of like David Bowie, and he was doing like a Doors cover, and it was the worst thing. I'm like, geez, look, how many drugs were you on to think that releasing this was a good idea, or even doing it? This is in your head.
You always sound better.
Yeah,
I'm playing phenomenally.
I'm going to get emails for saying that, because there's going to be some fans out there that are like, what are you talking about? Didn't you get the nuance of, I'm like, what, cat shrieking? Yes, I got that nuance. It was horrible.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you.
I had headphones on. My ears started bleeding. No, you guys always release good stuff. And you guys, yeah, one of the things about your particular metal, hard rock, whatever you want to, progressive, whatever you want to call it, it always sounds really good in a car. When you're driving, you guys are like a driving band. And folks, I'm not saying they ain't Tangerine Dream or something. It's just one of those bands that are good when you're driving. You're like, holy shit, I need a better car to fully appreciate this. What kind of band they are?
That's because when we sit down to write, that's the first thing we say to ourselves is, this song better be something that when I'm driving listening to this, I'm losing my mind.
Exactly.
It sounds
exactly.
I
wouldn't even thump, if I was young, I wouldn't thump the bass because I wouldn't want to share it with anybody. I just want that experience.
No, he's not.
Somebody's hero all to myself. I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. Has that ever worked? I know I said that about the baggy pants. Is there a bunch of young girls that like hear one of these youngsters like thumping his bass in his car and they're like,
I don't have it much around here.
Oh, baby, that's doing it for me. That can't possibly work, right?
I don't pretend.
What's next? That's true.
Nothing surprises me.
Crazy. It is the band is somebody's hero. We're going to play another video right now. So let's go with, we've got, of course, Broken Doll and Luck Runs Out. What do you think for the next one, guys? Luck Runs Out?
Let's do it.
Okay. Great minds think alike. Here it is, everybody. Somebody's hero. Luck Runs Out.
With luck runs. I'm looking
And we're back, everybody. We're back. That was somebody's hero. Luck runs out. I hope yours hasn't. If it has, I hope it changes. Let me ask you guys, I know it's different for every track. Are you one of the bands that you focus on lyrics first? Because we were just talking about that off camera. Or do you focus on melodies and beats and stuff, the music, the instrumental part of the track? Yeah.
We usually write the music first. But that's not to say that
I was explaining to him
come to
how
mind.
we did
even
Bull
just
in a China
one
Shop. I was explaining to him that was just a fluke song.
Music.
That's cool.
And then we'll go.
We're waiting on you guys to show up for practice, and me and Harvey were just noodling around, and I just threw out a melody, and then next thing you know, the guys heard it and they put their taste on it, and there it is.
And it's great. It's great. I am so envious of people in bands and musicians and stuff, because I'll tell you, and I'll explain why. I've said this before, and I'll say it till the day I die, because it's so true. I don't know for women, I don't know, but for guys, every guy, they may not tell you the name of the song that was playing, can probably tell you the band, but definitely the type of music that was playing the first time they ever kissed a girl. That is burned in their brain. You know what isn't burned in their brain? What the painting was behind them hanging on the wall. Nobody remembers that ever, but they remember the songs.
But do you remember, Jamie?
I think about that shit.
As a painter?
No, man.
I thought that's where you were going with
I was
that.
in 5th grade and she was in 8th, and I was blown away that this was happening at all. Waiting for the bolt of lightning to come ruin this.
We're all children of the 80s, right? All you had to do was put your vinyl on.
They all love Journey. Jesus Christ. I had friends, they all had older brothers, so I'd been listening to Foreigner and shit for years. And then they came out with all that ballad stuff, and all the girls suddenly discovered Foreigner and Waiting on a Girl Like You and all that shit. And I'm like, Foreigner? You're listening to Foreigner? And I'm like, yeah, it's all this ballad. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
And you got to think,
those are Infinity
Pool. Those are the songs that they probably make the most money off of.
Exactly.
I hate playing it, but
I would too.
I would too. Royalty.
Yeah, what was really big where we lived too is it was a rock town. Our high school, it's funny because high schools will have school colors. Our school colors were black leather jackets. If we had a pep assembly or something, it would just be a wall of black leather jackets. Everybody was a burnout in our high school, and that's fine. That's cool. But the music was definitely. It was all hair metal. That's what everybody. And it was weird, guys. I went to a party about, 3 months or so ago. The guy across the street had one. He's about, 10 years older than me. But his wife's probably my age. And she had a bunch of her girlfriends over at this birthday party. And they had made playlists. And they had a lot of sangria, I think. And then the 1 hour nonstop Bon Jovi hour arrived, and they're all kicks their shoes off, dancing around, going crazy. And I said, "Oh my God, these are juniors from my high school." They reverted back to those girls. A couple drinks in them, but yeah, they were just as into it. Good for them. Nothing wrong with that.
Earlier when you were saying about like genre that is a curious question, because I find that they refer to us quite a bit progressive rock, which I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even sure what that means. But I feel like each of our songs, like we play a lot of really weird different styles, and I think it probably has a lot to do with our age, how long we've been playing. We've been through a lot of decades of different genres, a lot of influences. And so we don't really from song to song, we don't try to follow some formula from the last one. It's just whatever comes out in that moment is that
the Beatles
song.
Were like that.
Nothing
they're sitting around one day and they're like, yeah, we're a British band. Let's make a country song. whip out Rocky Raccoon. Everybody's, what the hell is it? They're like,
Yeah, we just
shut
don't. We
up.
don't do it purposely.
We're rich
We
enough
don't,
to be able to do this now if we want to.
we don't do it purposely.
We don't have to do I want to hold your hand anymore. We've already got the I want to hold your
Right.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. That's what's good about your guys' band. And this is
Whatever
just,
comes out.
I'm not in the music business, but I'm just a fan from the outside.
No, that's a
looking in.
good thing. That's a good thing.
Is you don't know what you're going to get, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I think
Every
that's
song,
a good
every song's
thing.
going to be
You know
different.
what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't sound like 15 other bands that you've heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's certain bands that they were big bands
Yep.
that couldn't figure that out. The Ramones is a great one. I don't care if you're into punk or not, but you can listen to one Ramones song and
There's a
you've
lot
heard
of
them
bands.
all.
There's a
That's
lot of
pretty
bands like
much
that.
it. They all have different names. It's like going to
Yeah.
Taco Bell. It's all.
They were sticking to it.
Oh yeah, and it's just
Come here, buddy.
it's weird. It's weird. I don't want to, it's put anybody down, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I notice these things. I notice these things. It's just, come on. Anyhow, next video we're playing. Next video we've done The Luck Runs Out. It was Broken Doll, of course. How can I forget? Now this is a cool. I like this video.
Anime, whatever.
It's all video game, computer looking. I don't know what you call it.
Bobo, you smarty
it's-
pants.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It is very cool. I dig it, and it fits so perfectly with the music. Anyway, here it is, folks. Check this out. I know you're gonna enjoy this because it's so awesome. Here it is. This is Somebody's Hero, Broken Doll.
Everything seems low. Looking down from the top of the wall. 'Cause when you fall, coming down is the longest hurt.
And we're back. I did not lie. Broken Doll, somebody's hero.
Yep.
Fantastic trick. Hey, before I forget, these are all available, right? People can get these however you get your music, folks. They're everywhere. Links below. But yeah, people always ask me, they're like, where's the best place to buy? You all have a cool band on the show. Where do we get their stuff? I'm like, the best place? At a show. That's the best place to get it. And like, I live in Portugal and they're on the other side of the planet. Okay, then get it however you get music. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I've never been to a show where, no, we don't have anything available. There's always a merch table. There's always a merch table. Somebody's girlfriend running that, or some cute girl they found somewhere. Yeah, it happens. It happens. You can say
that's another
people don't
in-house
realize.
savings.
I
You all
have
are
a
merch too.
web shop, and that's great and everything. And we do okay on it. We do okay. I can't complain, but I don't make the percentage you guys make. If I was doing this stuff myself, that percentage would be way different. But I do have merch. We set a merch table up when I like am at an art gallery or something doing a show. I'll set a merch table up and have stuff on it and have somebody running it. And people ask me, they're like, why? Gallery owners freak out sometimes, but I let them know beforehand that's going to happen. And they're like, where did you get that idea? I said, it wasn't me. I hang out with rock bands and I see $20 t-shirts running out of the place. You know what I mean? And I want those $20. That's why we do it. It's easier to sell a $20 t-shirt than a $1,000 painting. That's,
they're going to want that shirt bad right after they just got done looking at your art.
The cool thing is, though, is I'm sure you guys have had this. You've been out. You don't even know the person. It's just some random person that bought one of your shirts walking around. You're like, man, look at that. That's cool. That's a walking billboard right there.
Yep. We got people that put our names, the tattoos on their bodies.
I like that.
With our names.
That's always cool.
What makes me want to start smoking again? Just to have it. I've had one person do a tattoo. I have had one person. I was going to say I never had that. I wasn't involved in the process. They just let me know later. Sent me a picture and email, and I was whoa. I don't have any of my artwork on a tattoo. No, my wife doesn't. She's got all kinds of other shit on. But she just she just got one the other day. She was up visiting a girlfriend. And I don't know if you guys knew if I told you or not.
Diverticulitis.
It's been a couple years now. She got, I can't say what this is because I can't pronounce it. Diverticulitis. And anyway, she had a big chunk of her intestine had to be removed. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes. And it was terrible. It was terrible. She was in a bad spot with that. But she had a PICC line put in. I guess it's like a tap where you can administer what you have to. And she had a little scar. And so when she went to visit her girlfriend, she put a star around it. And I'm like, oh, now they can find the tap easy.
I've got them all over my neck, my arms, my chest, my legs.
Tattoo guys?
I got full sleeves in my hands.
Being rock stars and all.
Both hands.
Show them, Darren.
Nice.
We happened to. What we did, we were doing some shows before somebody's hero got together. It was our old band, Who Was I, and some tattoo artists came
and see us play, addictive.
And they wanted us to be guinea pigs. So
I'll catch up.
All the tattoos I have were free. So we just had to advertise.
Wow, that is something you don't hear every day. Because everybody I've ever talked to that has a bunch of tattoos,
we're a walking billboard for them.
Yeah, it's $15,000, like they're riding a Harley or something. They're like, a lot of money on here. Yeah, nobody ever. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I love it. I love it. Again, you guys are busy. You're up the coast from me. I know you're doing the video thing now. In a couple months, when you guys start playing live, you're going to be playing in that neck of the woods, you think? Because that's only, 2.5 hours from here. I'll go up to the show. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
I'm seeing down here south.
I mean,
used to be
we kind of just go where the good shows
in
are
Miami and even Fort Lauderdale. They just opened at the converted the war memorial, or what is it? I don't know. The war memorial, the war hall. They turned it into a music venue. But the advertisements I'm seeing, it used to be all EDM, techno, hip hop. That everybody going out had rented a car and they're walking into the club dressed to the nines, sucking their cheeks in. Now I'm seeing, because the whole thing with South Florida is image, the look. Everybody wants to be cool. There's nothing cooler than rock stars, though. You know what I mean? So now they're starting to book all these metal bands and rock bands. And
yeah, absolutely.
I'm seeing these out. I'm like, somebody finally started thinking there's a lot of those bands in Florida. And it's weird, too. You guys ever notice, like, the amount of people in Florida? There's a lot of elder rock stars, you know, that they all come to Florida like everybody else. I know. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
The dude from Flocka
I think
lives
the
up,
keyboardist
in Cocoa.
from Journey lives, I don't know, a mile and a half from us.
The singer guy.
I've never met the guy that I know of.
Oh, yeah, he's bald. He has no hair.
Yeah.
Really cool, though. He's nice.
You know what, folks? He has no hair. Remember his crazy hair in the 80s? Yeah, that all. Yeah, I've never met him personally. I've seen him play a bunch of times. I saw them the weirdest place to see a band play, and I saw them. They played.
I saw Stripe.
Their Food and Wine at Epcot. I'm like, really? Flock of Seagulls is playing at Disney? But they did. It was a good show. Yeah, money. They were an awesome band. Remember them? That was the band when you're bitching about in the 80s how all rock music was satanic. Hold on, Aunt June.
Well,
let me introduce you to Striper here. They're a Christian rock band. They can't be satanic. So, geez, you're still listening to that Alice Cooper. I'm like, Alice doesn't count.
He was shock rock. Shock rock.
He wasn't really I guess Alice Cooper was rock. He would, but it was like theater rock. Yeah, shock rock. But you can't listen to Steven and go, oh yeah, listen to him shred on Steven. No,
that's where Kip Winger got his start.
Wouldn't melt your face off. But there were some tracks. That Alice Cooper had. Anyhow,
I remember when he played for Alice Cooper.
Yeah. Kip Winger did okay. Remember his gal? Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Stewart came along with Beavis and Butthead and just destroyed everything.
You know, it was weird. I remember when I moved to California
with his Winger shirt.
I went to LA for the first time. And I grew up on Headbangers Ball and stuff. And I rolled down Hollywood and Vine. I'm like,
Sunset Strip.
Where are the whores? Where are the spandex gals and all this and that? This was like 1995. And they're like, Jamie, that was 10 years ago. You're a decade late. But this guy's singing on a stool with an acoustic guitar down here. Yeah, there was none of that. That was gone. And I'm like, I don't want to watch a guy on a stool with an acoustic guitar. Come on, man. I want limousines and girls in spandex and high heel. None of that. Not in 95. But maybe coming back. I don't know. I saw a funny meme the other day, though, and it showed a bunch of those 80s girls like that. And it said, for you youngsters on the feed, here's a picture of what your grandma looked like in the 80s. And some of your grandpas, too. Yes, that's very true. Motley Crue was awfully pretty back in the day. It was a weird scene. But they all had stripper girlfriends.
Sad. It's
there are other members of the band.
I wanted to point out that we're actually not a two-piece.
These are not.
In case anybody wow, these guys are like Tears for Fears or something. No, actually 4 of us, but Steve and Marshall could not be here this evening. Steve is ill, and Marshall is.
And so everybody knows
at some engagement that's running late.
Me,
so
laughing.
You guys are stuck with Darren.
Tears for Fears. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Darren, ladies and gentlemen, is Ern Fox. He's lead vocals. Steve Harvey, who is ill, as Bobo pointed out, guitars and vocals. Rob Bobo bass and vocals, and Marshall, who's at the otherwise engagement, is on the drums. And when you watch the videos and stuff, that's who these guys are. And we have it in the description too.
Less
We have that all
jackasses
listed down there.
on film.
Yeah, just process of elimination.
These
natural
guys
deduction when you
are
watch
the
video. The two guys in it that aren't me and him. That's Stephen Marshall.
This is the Paul McCartney and John part of the band. Not saying any part's more talented than the other. But yeah, It's only a matter of time before Bobo starts bringing his wife to the band rehearsals, and she's going to have a lot of ideas about things.
Hey.
No, I'm kidding. These guys are too old for that bullshit. That's something in young bands.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Nah, she's the opposite.
No, everybody's wife
She's
now.
the opposite of Yoko.
When you're our age, they help
A lot of
with
help.
things. You want them there, so shit gets done. Exactly. I'm telling you guys, the final. Everybody thinks I'm this great painter or something, and that may or may not. I'm not arguing that, but what I'm saying is the final process before anybody ever sees one of my paintings, it's like a video game. There's a final boss, and that's my wife. I call her in, and she looks, and she goes, "No, that right eye is messed up. You need to work on that." And she's honest with me, and I appreciate that.
She's done heard it 200 times.
And if it passed
I hear
her
you. For me,
scrutiny,
it's big.
then
Come
other
listen
people
to this.
see
Is
or
this
hear
stupid?
it. That's how that works. And we're happy to have it.
Right. Yeah, she inherently hates it all before it even comes.
It's
to
weird with
fruition
musicians,
because
though.
she's had
And
to
I imagine
hear
with painters, it's
the
same
entire
way, but
process
with
for
musicians,
like days or weeks.
especially like anybody who plays anything, does anything in a band, they'll be like, "This needs to be a different time," or "I need a different tone with this guitar," or some nonsense. And for us, the civilians, the general public, sounds exactly the same. We have no idea of that nuance that they're talking about. But to them, the Beethovens, they know all that shit. They can tell. Like, no, I didn't like the way that French horn came in there. We got to change that.
Yeah, you can definitely not finish.
Absolutely. In my world, the last thing we do after the wife gives her okay is then I'll seal the painting. Leave it alone. Because once it's sealed, if I try to add anything on there, the hue changes on that particular, and you can see it, but it's like you just ruined it. So once that seal goes on, it's done.
Right.
You can't have any brilliant ideas after that. You missed your window. Anyway, I'm so happy you guys are making new stuff, and I can't wait to see some of these videos and I know how you guys do. What do you put out? You put out 10, 15 songs a year, would you say? More? Oh, really? Because it seems like you guys got stuff coming all the time.
Nah. Way less. Yeah. We're kind of like in this industry, there's like a lot of things that you have to follow. There's no shortage of advice, and Spotify wants you to put a new song out every week or else you're forgotten about. But
I don't blame
try
you.
to keep up, but we also kind of dig our heels in.
YouTube has gotten crazy like that.
We do stuff.
They're like, well, you should be doing at least 2 shorts a day. I'm like, 2 shorts a day? I got shit to do, man. I'm trying for that. Yeah, you might get 2 shorts a month, but it depends on my schedule.
Oh, yeah. No, it's tiring. And then when you try to take a break from creating content,
you may or may not be aware.
Your device
I'm
will
aware.
remind you and put pressure on you. By the way, you haven't.
I gotta get up at 5 in the morning.
Maybe you should get.
Snickers needs to go out.
You're
like, I got things to do.
It's on
life. Thank you. I think I do.
Look at that.
Look at that sexy man. Look at that.
I'm telling you. Well, we're at the end of the show.
When the shirt comes off,
folks, once again, the band,
it's on.
Hero, you got to check their stuff out. Tons of links and everything down below. Check them out. And they're going to be playing out before you know it. What do you guys, I think about a couple months. What do you guys think?
Who did we just open up for? Who did we just open up for? Oh, Kill Devil Hill.
Yeah, we just came off some shows. We did
Nice.
one show of note that was really fun. Played the Bike Rock event for Rock Rage Radio in Daytona, Bike Week, with some other curtain.
Oh,
Yep.
What's that? Oh, we just also Kill Devil Hill. Yeah, we just did a show with them. We did Easter Metal Mayhem show out on Cocoa Beach. That was fun. But yeah, now we're taking a
Fantastic.
break and we're
Let's
doing a bunch
not
of videos.
wait 50
and we're
shows to
gonna
have.
drop
You
another
guys are always a
single
blast to have on.
in the next few weeks.
Talking with friends. I'm
And
having a great time.
just
Let's do it sooner than later. And folks, check them out, like them, share them, be cool.
yeah,
Remember the world.
always a pleasure.
Go ahead.
Jamie, side note, even though the links are
Yeah.
there, let me tell you, everybody listening, everybody watching, probably the most important link is our website, which is there at somebody'sheroband.com. That always has everything you'll ever need. It's got all our videos, all our music, tons of photos. It's got the lyrics to the songs, upcoming shows,
Absolutely.
past
And
shows,
folks,
you
that
name it, it's
website,
on
I'm
there.
sure,
So
is floating
everything
around your
else is
screen
fine
right
and dandy,
now.
but definitely
been
if
for
you
the
go to
whole
our
show.
website,
So,
you can find.
yeah, we push that. And that's where you're definitely going to want to hit any band.
Yeah.
We're a
Not just
duo. We
Somebody's
don't need
Hero.
nothing.
Check out their website. It's weird. Some of these young bands don't even do a website now. I'm like, you're crazy. You need a website. Are you insane? You know, what next? No guitar in your rock band? Are you kidding me? Come on, you need that.
Right.
Anyhow, remember, folks, the world's still a weird place. Just this thermos. I'm kidding. Nobody,
you again.
none of these youngsters
We
will get that
appreciate you, brother.
reference. I have no idea. Remember, the world's a weird place. Be kind, be patient, and we'll all get through it together, folks. We'll all get through it together. Keep rocking and keep listening to bands like Somebody's Hero. They're awesome. Very cool. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye. Absolutely.
Thanks, Jamie. We appreciate it.
This has been pop art painter Jamie Roxx's Pop Rocks Radio Talk Show. It has been executive produced by Jamie Roxx, recorded at his studio in Deerfield Beach in South Florida. All rights reserved by Pop Rocks Limited. Hannah Oli, Pop Rocks Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Rocks Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hicks från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Rocks Radio med Jamie Roxx.